this video, I'm gonna share something that is very useful and simple that you can implement in training. And it is training in the hardest part of the movement. And why is that? Simple answer. It makes the movement easier. This has probably happened to you. You're doing deadlift, everything goes well, you take off and you go to the shin part, around the shin part, and you feel like you got stuck and you missed a rep. Or you're doing a squat, you go down, and as you go up, you go to around 90 degrees and you get stuck and miss the squat. And this is why I think training in these parts, training in the sticking points are very useful for you to get stronger and break new PRs or plateaus. This method is very easy to understand even if you don't know about biomechanics, torques, levers, and so on. They're very simple to understand and they're very easy to implement in your training program. So let me share you the main street lifting and powerlifting movements and which are their sticking points. First, we have dips. It is the hardest in the 90 degrees and we use posit dips to train in the sticking points. Then we have pull-ups. The hardest part is in the top position. Locked pull-ups will do the work. In third place, we have squats. The hardest part is around 90 degrees and pin squats or posit squats will do the job. Now, powerlifting movements. We have bench. The hardest part is in the bottom position. Doing posit reps in the bottom is pretty useful. And lastly, we have deadlifts. The hardest part is around shin height, and doing posit reps in the shin area is pretty useful. Okay, now, when and how to use it? I'd say anytime, or when you're facing problems, progressing and breaking plateaus. And the thing is, you have to plan it right. Let's say you're doing dips and posit dips 3 times a week. That probably would be too much and can make you tired and affect your performance and the other movements. You have to find a sweet spot for you. Now, let me give you an example on how you could do it. On the heaviest day, you do posit dips only. On the recovery day, you do normal dips. On the semi-heavy day, you do normal dips and do 1 set of posit reps with less 10 to 20% less load than on the first day. Like, this is not right or wrong. There's plenty of ways you can do it. I'm just giving an example. You have to try it and see what works for you and what does not work. Now, progression. It is simple. Add more weight. If you want to get as strong as possible, focus on increasing the weight. Little increments every week, or do the same weight and increase the sets every week till you are around 5 sets, and then increase the weight by 2.5 to 5 kgs and start with the sets from when you started. Let's say you start with 3 sets of locked pull-ups. Every week you add 1 more set till it is 5 sets, and then you add 2.5 to 5 kgs and you reset the sets to 3 and you build it back. And I'd say for you to try this for 4 to 8 weeks and try to make some progress in the loads, and then you can remove it and just do the normal dips, normal deadlifts, normal squats, and so on, and see if you made progress or not. If you do everything correctly, I'm pretty sure that you'll see some progress. And I've done this and I'm currently doing this method. And I can only say positive things. They are very useful on the hardest part of the movement. Let me share you now my experience with the locked chin-ups. I actually have a video in the channel explaining why I did only locked chin-ups. And to be quick here, I did locked chin-ups for 30 weeks, only locked chin-ups. And when I moved to normal chin-ups, the difference was day and night. The top position was so smooth, so easy. I noticed that when I did pull-ups or chin-ups with the RPE of 8, 9, when I got to the last reps, I would always have problems locking the movement. The bottom position to the middle position was always great. I'm very explosive in the bottom to the middle position, but then I have this big problem with the top position, the lock position. And by doing only lock it chin-ups changed everything. So that was it, guys. That's what I wanted to share. And if you're a beginner or intermediate, this can be very useful for you. So see y'all in the next video.